Check.
I ain't saying a lie. How you know it, bro?
Good. That.
Or a bad way in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, one person. There's something to it, like with technology, I know a lot of people go to Zoom and stuff, but for me personally, when I'm conducting interviews, you still need that in-person interaction.
For sure. I feel like in-person interaction, you get the flow, you get the feel, you know what I mean? Everything, like emotions, you can really see over the phone or over like the Zoom, it's just different.
Yeah, it is. The last time I spoke to you, you were talking about before the season,
right?
And we were getting ready, you were just transitioning to like a new senior league. It was right before media day, I believe.
Yeah.
And so now here we are. Obviously, you're balling out. You're doing everything you thought you'd do, and then so kind of just let's rewind a little bit for people that didn't know. Cleveland really gave a lot of respect to you, and that was really dope to see.
Oh yeah.
And so, what's that like? Not only just that game going back, but just leaving that city. What did that team give?
Honestly, I was excited. I was excited about going back just because like last year I was injured with my hamstring issue, so I didn't get to play when we went to Cleveland. So I still got some of the love, but when I played there, it was a little bit more excitement, a little bit more nerves here and there. Nothing like being nervous, but just excited, anxious. You know what I mean? Excited, anxious, and wanted to do well. And we wanted to win, but it was just one of those games. The ball did bounce our way. So, but it was great. The tribute video that they gave me, that was fire.
Now, I know you on a personal level, so I can say this, like even just from an outsider looking in, it seems like you make an impact on everyone that's in your life. Like, even though, like you say, you're coming off an injury, right? But there just seem to be people rallying behind people who show that they care. And it seems like you don't do anything half-assed. Like, everything that you do, you go all in. And it seems like people rally behind that.
For sure. I feel like at the end of the day, if I half-ass or just act like I don't care or just, you know, just be fake and phony, that's not who I am. That's not how I was raised. Like, you know, you be around some family that I grew up with, even just my family as well. And, you can just see like all personalities, how everybody is genuine. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you straight up, if I don't mess with you, I don't mess with you. If I do, I do. Like I don't like fake things. I don't like people not knowing like who I am on the inside. Yeah, how I feel about you or feel about somebody else. And if I care about you, I care about you. If I don't, I'm gonna let you know. You know what I mean? That's just how I am.
Did you ever get any pushback growing up on that? Was that something that you realized, wait, hold on, not everybody is like that. There's people who smile on your face and then not do that.
For sure.
Was that like a moment? Was it like a middle school game? Or was it just life? Because anything you realized, wait a second, nah, I wouldn't have that.
I would say just go through life. Like you go through life, you go through ups, you go through downs, and you start to see like who's real, who's not, and who's gonna be there for your best interest. I feel like you start to see who's going to be there when you have the ups and who's going to be there when you have a downs. And at the end of the day, sometimes the toughest part is when you're down and you really see it. Like I know where I got injured, how I could really tell if who was there for me through and through and who was just there for me for the fun times, the good times, right on top, and I'm playing well and doing my thing, but who was really there for me when I'm in the bed, not able to move, you know what I mean? The darkest times. So I really was able to like really notice that and really like weed those people out real quick.
So in a weird way, like obviously you don't want to get injured, but it's a blessing in disguise.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a blessing in disguise, but it's also some of those things that sometimes the blessing and it's a curse. You know what I mean? It's a gift and a curse at the end of the day. It's like sometimes you gotta go through to get where you're going, and sometimes you gotta be knocked down once or twice to rise back up and get back up. That's just how I've always been raised, is no matter how many times I get pushed down or pushed over, I'm going to continue to push forward. Like that's just who I am.
We talked about the young bull mentality. There's a couple questions I'll ask you later on. It was about you as a person, but like I said, I don't know if you noticed this when the pandemic happened. Everyone was watching The Last Dance.
Yeah.
And we all know, we all know Michael was good at basketball. That's not like surprised people, but I think people were surprised by his personality all the time. He kind of like that ferociousness that he had, like just super competitive, always know what you're getting. He doesn't care if you necessarily like him, he wants to win.
For sure.
When did you get that extra gear? Like, when did you know you had that extra gear? Like Russell Westbrook reminds me he has that. Anthony Edwards reminds me like he has that.
For sure.
You know when someone has that, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be basketball. It can be in life when people just clearly doing extra gear. When did you realize you had that?
I would just say growing up, as a working family and a really close-knit family of us going to clean buildings and sweeping floors, cleaning toilets. Like I just had it. Like, and I work at that work ethic. Like that's something that I've always had. And like no one can take that away from me. I might miss a lot of shots during the game. I might foul out, but at the end of the day, I would give 110% each and every night. That's what's going to happen.
That's amazing. So you transitioned. So clearly you left your mark on Cleveland. Like there's no doubt about it. The way they embrace you. I know you and I talked a little bit about it. There was a couple of people you kind of just gravitated a little bit. They really took a liking to you. What was that like? And you notice that there's some people that can just relate to you on that level.
It's a great feeling.
They get you.
Yeah, they get me. They understand me, and they understand the passion behind the threes a lot. You know what I mean? They understand why I work so hard. They understand why I'm up at 7 a.m. like getting shots up on game days. Like they understand that. So it's something that like you know what I mean? I can't, you know what I mean? You can't explain.
It's just a reward.
It's a part of me at this point.
You talking about K-Love a little bit. That's your guy.
My guy.
K-Love's your guy.
Yeah.
He seems like an island though. I've interviewed K-Love. It was just a quick post game. I don't know him on that level, but it seems like every teammate always gravitates toward K-Love from the outside looking in. It seems like he just gets it.
I feel like he gets it, but also he's one of those people you can talk to about anything. It can be real estate, it can be life, it can be problems, it can be ups. Like he's been there, he's done that, he's done. You know, he's a vet. He's one of those people that you can call at 3 a.m. and know, like, hey, he's gonna give you some really good advice, and not tell you what you want to hear, what you need, but what you need to hear. And that's something that like I really like respected about him when I was in Cleveland. Like he just always was a straight up dude. That's why everybody loves K. For sure.
And he's big on mental awareness.
Absolutely.
And I noticed that a lot. And one thing I think is really admirable about what he does. He kind of did it before it was necessarily like, I don't want to say popular. A popular thing.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we need to speak about this.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how successful you are, how much money you have. At the end of the day, we're all people. Like, we go through things.
For sure.
And it seemed like he was at the forefront of that.
And that's a big thing. I feel like that's something that, like, people don't realize when the fans and everybody is screaming and yelling at us and talking trash. Yeah. We still heal. We still people. Still people at the end of the day. It's like if I come to your job screaming and yelling in your ear,
I'm like, oh, like
you not like to go or fight me. And at the end of the day, I just feel like a lot of times it's the difference between being fans and enjoying the game and being disrespectful. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like no one want to be called out their name or saying something that you will not say to me.
No.
Like you ain't gonna say that. You know what I mean? And you ain't gonna say that. You might ask for a picture, or you might even just, oh, I seen such and such. But you're not gonna come to me in my face, right? It's like, yeah. So like, even like when Westbrook,
must say thought about that through.
Like yeah,
talking point for a little bit.
Like when Westbrook says something to the fans, like I've been there. I've been on teams that like guys that say something, you know, to the fans. I send over to the fans to that the day. I gotta stand up for myself.
That was your first,
or even my teammates. It may not be about battle, but you're not gonna just disrespect my teammates like that. You know, we saw I'm like, hey yo, all right, you can enjoy the game. You crossing that line of disrespect, like it is what it is.
That bothered me. Like I'm not on the court, so you have a completely different perspective. You're living it. But when people are like, well, at the end of the day, I'm paying my money. I'm going to debt, but that doesn't mean you just go speak anywhere any type of way. I never understood that concept.
Yeah, that's something that I never realized. Like. No matter what, me and my brother used to go, grow up in, we love going to All-State. Whenever we went to the games, let's just root for the All-State. We used to root for both teams just because, hey, we're there. We're in the hill. Regardless, we had nosebleed seats. We way up top. We could barely see, but we was going to root for both teams. We didn't care who was out there just because at the end of the day, we understood, like, if we go see them after the game, we might ask for autograph, you know what I mean, or a picture. That was going to happen. So like, I can't be the type of person that just talk shit about somebody, and then if I see him ask for a picture, like, that's you know what I mean. That's you know what I mean. Once again, that's being fake. You know what I mean. Fake starting this out of the lawyer.
Yeah, I think social media has kind of increased everything. People were trying to just get that notoriety, get that quick 100,000 likes.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like people do anything for the curve.
Yeah, it's still. But okay, so now let's go. You're in Utah, and I remember you talking about the atmosphere. This is their team. The basketball is their thing.
Oh yeah,
For you, and you even talked about that before you played the game on the court. So now that you've evolved and you're doing your thing, it's everything you thought more.
I would say best games in the league. I would say the best games in the league, just because like we sell out all the games and the fans, they love to hear. Like I meet people every day who have stories about when Jordan came, who have stories about
Jordan.
Yeah, they like that was like nightmares for them. But like I had those stories and had those conversations with people who've been fans for 30, 40 years. Like it's different. You know what I mean? It's a different type of atmosphere. Like of course, some from Atlanta people say, "I'm a Hawks fan or Falcons." Of course, of course. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But like I would say here, like
Something.
it's totally different. It feels like when I was in Cleveland, honestly.
Really?
Absolutely, because.
And they had the Browns too.
Yeah. So like when I was in Cleveland and the Browns wasn't good. But no matter what, it could be snow, sleep, whatever.
Yeah.
It was gonna be packed.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Like I remember waking up every Sunday. I'm like, man, tell me, and it's like they did. You know what I mean? They don't care. They don't care. But that's our fans for generations, you know what I mean? It's just not like, oh, I wake up one day, it's fast. It's faster.
And that's funny because the NFL is kind of not to that. I feel like the NFL is more about the players now, and the NFL is like, if you're an Eagles fan, if your dad's an Eagles fan, you're an Eagles fan, you're something an Eagles fan. That's how it goes. But there's certain teams in the NBA that have that NFL feel. I feel like the Jazz that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like the Jazz, the Cavs, of course, like people love the Lakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the Lakers.
Like my brother is a LeBron fan.
He's a smart man.
Oh, he's a LeBron fan. So like wherever LeBron is, listen, he's there and he's gonna support whatever I do. Regardless, that's probably why. I remember the finals. 1 year the finals. I know my brother's rolling. He just sit there with the full, like he has every jersey. So like he's sitting there with top shorts. It's like sitting closely, screaming at the TV, but. Like that's how like we grew up. Like we grew up watching the games and supporting players. Like that's just how it was.
Yeah, it's real dope. And then the fact that we just talked about your mentality, I feel like it kind of embodies in the city.
Yeah,
they say like colder cities like produce harder workers. Yeah, because it's a tougher environment. And like people are just you at this blue collar, you have to work, and that's exactly what you do. Yeah, you get in the trenches, you play defense, you go cold court, you play hard every game. That's what you do. And so I feel like it's low key a match made in heaven.
I feel like that's just what I can bring, like anywhere. Like it doesn't matter. I feel like that's something from like the younger generation is just find your niche, find something that like that's gonna make you stand out. If you gotta pick up every play full court, that's what you do. That's you know what I mean. That's what you do. But if you knock down threes, that's what you do. Like find something that is your niche. At the end of the day, it's not gonna be players that just are great at everything. Oh, I can pass, I can shoot, I can rebound, I can block shots. Like it's gonna be tough, but you find what you do well and exceed those.
My coach would always tell me if you can do something the absolute best on the court, then there's always a spot for you. So that passing, you're able to stable player.
Yep.
If it's shooting, then every team needs a shooter. If it's defense, everyone wants that guy who guard that and does it like. So that makes a lot of sense.
Or sometimes that one player that just breaks the energy, or the one player that you just know, like it's the sixth man.
I'm about to say, look, I'm not trying to. This is like no knock at anyone because there's definitely value with those energy guys.
Yes.
But when you have an energy guy with your skill set, I think that's what creates something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're more than energy. You're shooting off the dribble. You're scoring. You're facilitating. You're making that extra play. You're doing your own thing. Like, that's making a little different.
I feel like some like certain guys like you see and you don't realize like even like Pat Bell, like for instance, we just put his play in. That's my guy.
Podcast is
that's my guy to do it too. Yeah, he's fired. That's my guy. But he like people don't realize like Pat Bell, he can score a ball. He can really cool. But at the end of the day, his role on certain teams wasn't for him to score the ball.
He's so smart.
And his role was, okay, let me get other guys going. Let me make the right reads. Let me pick up on defense. Like, he played his role to his best ability. Like, at the end of the day, sometimes you got to just play your role and do what you do and do it. Because now, like, think about it. I don't know what team is he on, like 4th, 5th?
Yeah, like valuables every side to that.
Like, you just, you know what I mean? Like, even my guy TJ McCollum, like,
Yeah,
he does it all.
he
does the little things that people don't show up on the stat sheet that would for the superstars or anybody else. But like, he does the little things. Like, when I have to play against him, I'm like, man, I already know.
Yeah,
He's gonna be at net. He's gonna be pressuring. He's gonna be right there the entire game.
he's just sticking in the top.
Oh, consistent, but also he's gonna give it 110. Like I said, every night.
See, now, I had to take that lesson that I learned in basketball. I just applied it. Like, so like, I'm just be the first person at the time. I'm going to be the last person at the time.
Yeah.
Have like those little things. And I'm big on inspirational videos. Sometimes I don't even listen to music. Pat Bev, shout out to Pat Bev. Yeah, he said this on his podcast. And he was like, good things come, you can do it good consistently enough. Like, he's like, if you just keep doing it good every day and you keep getting 100%, he's like, eventually, like, right now I'm going to shoot it slow. But eventually there's going to be a series. He's like, there's going to be a moment. Yeah, be a playoff series where all of a sudden I'm mountain shoots. Yeah. So you just got to keep every day just being great at what you do, and it comes around. So.
Oh, yeah. It's just like with anything. At the end of the day, it's just like you got to just keep knocking until that door opens.
So let's talk about that real quick. You go from the Utah Jazz, right? And you've excelled in every role. Your name gets called up to play a bigger role, and not only do you deliver, you're excelling in that. How is it to like just be ready for anything the team calls? Like you said, you're gonna have to be ready for whatever that role is. But do you think your mentality is what plays a role in that whole process?
I would say my mentality, but also not changing anything that I've done. At the end of the day, my preparation stayed the same. I work hard every day. You know what I mean? I eat right, treat my body right, get early morning shots. At the end of the day, I don't change my preparation just for my role. And at the end of the day, you just gotta keep prepared like you're gonna start, or prepare like you are the guy. Like, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter like how many minutes you get in the game, but just go out there, okay, well, whatever I'm giving, I'm going to try to do my best with it. And that, I feel like that's one thing that like I'm done, even just like in high school or college, was like, okay, I got an opportunity, make the most of it.
Yeah.
Like, I knew coming out of high school, I wasn't, you know, in high school, I wasn't the guy. So I knew I had to work to get to be the guy, you know what I mean, to be the guy. But also I had to work to get to Alabama. And then in Alabama, I had to get to the league. So like, I knew what it took to work a little bit harder than the next person.
All right, so this one is for the Atlanta people.
All right.
So let's transition to that. The ice school there, by the way, are enormous. I didn't know how serious high school is that bad.
High school basketball.
Yeah.
Football, though, yeah. Football, too.
That's on, because I'm obviously Daytona Beach, I'm Florida, but then I was in Atlanta and Marietta. It looks like the things you see in movies. It's pretty sick.
Oh, the games.
Yeah.
If the games be lit.
Yeah. So tell me about that process. What was like from your high school, Pebblebrook, and then you go to Alabama, and then we already talked about summer league and into the league, your basketball journey. If you would have looked back at it now, like told your younger self, did it go the way you thought it was going to go?
I would say it definitely did.
Really?
So,
Plus,
I would say it didn't go like as planned. Of course, it's like you dream about opportunities and situations of games and just making it to the league is the goal. Like that's the goal. Like growing up, I remember 3 years old. I told my grandma, I'm like, I'm gonna make it to the league. Like I'm gonna make it to the NBA, and I'm gonna make you proud. So that was something like I always had in the back of my mind, and that was something that like I just carried with myself. Of like when I didn't want to wake up early in the morning to go shoot or go run that mile, I made sure like it was something that would push me.
You made a promise.
I made a promise. I made a promise to her that I was going to do it. And I just feel like that was something that like I had to make happen.
The local farmland, we already just talked about how crazy it is in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Did it feel like the city was rallying around you?
Oh yeah, I would say the city definitely was around me for sure. Just because I was there just to support. The community would come to every game. They would support me. My family was I just felt like it was just it was people pushing me in the right direction and pushing me to do the right thing as well. And I could just tell, like, they wanted me to do well. They wanted me to do well, and they wanted to see me at this point.
You have an amazing supporting cast, like who you put around you.
For sure.
That's amazing. Okay, so now, what does Young Bull have this season that Young Bull didn't have last season in this game? Before I get you to that,
Whoa. Honestly, I would say just patience. At the end of the day, let your game come to me and just having patience throughout the whole game and know, okay, make the right play over and over. And the right play may be shoot, the right play might be pass, the right play might be take a foul. At the end of the day, just doing it over and over and doing it consistently is something that, like, I made sure just to do in the summertime of locking it and try to better myself, but also just get better. At the end of the day, I love getting better, and I love adversity. I love going in the gym, missing 10 in a row. Because now I got a lot of back in. I got shake back, lock back in. It's just like during those games where you might start out 0 for 6. Okay, all right, we've been here before. Now it's like, okay, let's not stop shooting. You know, we still got the same confidence that we did coming into the game, and that's just something that I always carry with myself.
That's dope, and I see it a lot. Just watching your games.
Yeah.
You're playing chess. It's like you're making other people around you better.
I try.
You can get a bucket. We know you can get a bucket, but now it just feels like you're 2 moves ahead of defense. You're 3 moves ahead. It seems like you're seeing things on a different level.
I feel like I locked in a lot this past summer on a lot of shit. I feel like
that was a difference maker.
I feel like that's something that I've been like doing every night, every morning. Making sure that it's something like it's part of our routine, like just so that like when I'm out there, it's second nature. I see you do this against Fred VanVleet 2 nights ago. I see you do this against the Heat 3 days ago. Like I already see habits. I'm saying like personnel base of okay, this guy every time he goes left, he gonna step back, pump fake, step through. Like it's just certain things like that that I've seen over and over. So I feel like the film is something that I just been trying to continue to break down.
That's amazing, and I know Tom Brady's like notorious in that.
Oh yeah,
Tom Brady would just lock himself in the room for hours and just watch film. We know Braun watches film, so Kobe was obsessed with film. So it seems like there's clearly a common ingredient where if you just study and get obsessed, you just progress, and that's clearly what you've been doing.
Yeah, and I just feel like it's just like it's like the more work you put in the classroom, the better your grades.
Study.
You know what I mean? The better your grades are.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't know too many people who don't study and get any grades. It is what it is.
That's fact. So before we finish this episode, Collin, let's go. We got rapid fire questions.
All right.
You can think about it, but try to answer what first thing that comes to your mind. What's your pregame playlist? Any specific artists or songs?
Kirk Franklin.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like that's something about me is people always think I'm high energy already.
Yeah.
Listen to something calm and something just to know like the reason why I'm here. At the end of the day, I know I would be in this position if it wasn't for God. Like, so that's something that I always carry myself. And pre-game ritual, pre-game routine is I went to chapel. I go to chapel every game. I haven't missed chapel.
That's from
since being in the league. So that's something that like I carry myself and I make sure that I do.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay. Favorite place to eat in Atlanta? I'll give you mine first.
Okay.
Very quickly. It's only Marietta upon to me. I didn't know that.
What?
How the Martins?
Oh yeah, Martins.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. If you from Atlanta and ain't been to Martins, I don't know what you're doing. You missing out. Their chicken biscuits crazy. The first thing I did, I mean, at the end of the day, I remember going to school and going to church every Sunday. We stopping at Martins.
Yeah.
Mandatory.
Have to.
Oh, Martins mandatory. If you ain't been to Martins, make sure you get there.
So that's your favorite spot?
I would say my favorite spot, Waffle House. At the end of the day, I'm from Atlanta.
You born and raised. Awesome.
Give me the All-Star. You know what I mean? All-Star. That's what it is.
Okay. This is going to be a tough one. We can go current if you want to go all time, you can. Top 5 Georgia Lures.
That's a separate episode.
Separate episode?
Separate episode.
Okay. We'll say that for the next one.
Yeah, that's a separate episode. But I honestly, it's like certain guys you are mandatory. You got to put in that. Like, yeah, it is.
There's some great ones.
Yes, for sure.
They're dominating the league right now.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll save that for the next one. Favorite Nike shoe?
Favorite Nike shoe, basketball shoe.
Yeah, we go lifestyle and then go basketball.
Okay, lifestyle. I love right now. I love the Numeros. I've been wearing those Numeros crazy comfy. Comfy. And then far as basketball shoe, my favorite is the. I would say I love the Kyrie twos. That's my favorite. Yeah, I love all the Kyries up to the sevens. So
Yeah. Last but not least, you kind of touched on this, but if you want to go a further depth, what's your why?
My why is my family. I feel like my why is something that like pushes me each and every day. My why is something that's going to continue to push me. My why is my family, or why is wanting to be better than I was yesterday. That's really it. At the end of the day, I feel like people don't know. You don't know what you're capable of until you push yourself to the limits. You don't know how far your body can go until you push yourself to those limits. You don't know how far you can, how much you can be really good at basketball, or how much you can learn, or until you push it past those limits of, I'm tired of those limits of, I just don't feel like it today. Like, you just don't know. So my why is to just keep going.
And you kept your promise.
Keep my promise. I feel like that's for anything. If I promise to do something, I'm going to do it. And if I put my mind to it, I feel like I can achieve it.
I mean, you achieved everything you've done so far.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
I know we got another one. We'll talk.
Yeah, we already know.
All right, we're out.